भाग लिया और अपने बहुमूल्य वक्तव्य इस सदन के माध्यम से देशवासियों के सामने रखे हैं। श्री सुरेश नारायण जी, डॉक्टर सुभाष भामरे जी, श्री भर्तृहरि मेहताब जी, डॉक्टर बी सत्यवती जी, डॉक्टर आलोक कुमार सुमन जी, डॉक्टर श्रीकांत शिंदे जी, श्री रितेश पांडे जी, श्री बी पाटिल जी, श्री फैज़ल पी मोहम्मद जी, डॉक्टर प्रीतम गोपीनाथ मुंडे जी, श्रीमती अनुप्रिया पटेल जी, डॉक्टर मनोज राजौरिया जी, डॉक्टर हसनैन मसूदी जी, श्रीमती नवनीत रवि राणा जी, श्री हनुमान बेनीवाल जी और अंत में श्री ई.टी. मोहम्मद बशीर जी। मैं आप सबका हृदय से बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ। आप सब ने मोटे तौर पर शायद एक स्पीकर को छोड़कर सभी ने हृदय की गहराइयों से इस बिल का भी और देश के एलाइड और हेल्थ केयर वर्कर्स का सभी का आपने अभिनंदन किया है। उनको सबको आपने अपनी हृदय की गहराइयों से भावना व्यक्त की है। मेरे लिए व्यक्तिगत तौर पर ये अत्यंत संतोष का अवसर है, क्योंकि जब इस बिल का मैंने इतिहास समझने की कोशिश की तो ध्यान में आया कि आज़ाद हुआ भारत 1947 में और 1948 के समय से भूरे कमेटी के माध्यम से सबसे पहले ये जो हमारी हेल्थ केयर डिलीवरी सिस्टम की जो सबसे बड़ी बैकबोन है, ये एलाइड और हेल्थ केयर वर्कर्स, इनके संदर्भ में, इनकी क्वालिटी के बारे में, इनके एजुकेशन के बारे में, इनको रेगुलेट करने के बारे में, इनके बारे में सब प्रकार की चिंता करने के बारे में उस ज़माने से जो है चिंताएं व्यक्त की गई हैं। और मैंने अपने प्रारंभिक वक्तव्य में बहुत सारी कमेटियों का भी उल्लेख किया था जो कि समय समय पर जिन्होंने अपने वक्तव्य दिए, और इतने लंबे समय तक लगभग 5वां मेरा दशक है एक डॉक्टर के नाते भी मेडिकल कॉलेज में घुसने से लेकर और आज तक, और मेडिकल प्रोफेशन के साथ हर स्तर पर जुड़े रहने का मौका मिला है। स्वयं एक कंसल्टेंट ईएनटी सर्जन के रूप में क्लिनिक से लेकर और ऑपरेशन थिएटर तक, अस्पताल तक, मिनिस्टर के रूप में सरकारी अस्पताल में और गांव में, दूर दराज के इलाकों में, सब जगह पर, और विशेष रूप से अभी पिछले 1 वर्ष में बहुत नज़दीक से इन एलाइड और हेल्थ केयर वर्कर्स को, इनके कंट्रीब्यूशन को देखने और समझने का मौका मिला है। और मैंने अपने प्रारंभिक वक्तव्य में कहा था कि बाकी सब चीज़ें तो हैं ही, लेकिन इन सबको जो एक डिग्निटी देने का जो सवाल है, प्रश्न है, वो शायद इस बिल के माध्यम से वो डिग्निटी इनकी जो ऑलरेडी इनहेरेंट थी, लेकिन उसको परसेप्शन के अंदर भी उसको रिस्टोर करने की, उसको जग जाहिर करने की, और उनको जो उनकी लॉन्ग ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट जो शायद जाने अनजाने में डिनाइड थी, उसको दोबारा से पुनर्स्थापित करने का इस बिल का प्रयास था। और हम सब ने ये भी देखा है, आप सब ने भी ये कहा कि पूरे कोविड के दौरान इन लोगों का किस प्रकार का कंट्रीब्यूशन रहा हर स्तर पर। लेकिन अक्सर जब भी कोविड वॉरियर्स की बात होती थी तो सब लोगों के मुंह से डॉक्टर नर्स, फ्रंट लाइन वर्कर, सैनिटेशन स्टाफ या सिक्योरिटी स्टाफ, यही शब्द हम लोगों के मुंह से निकलते थे। लेकिन स्वयं आप लोगों ने कहा कि किस प्रकार से वो टेस्टिंग का विषय हो या रेस्पिरेटरी असेसमेंट का विषय हो, चाहे सीटी स्कैन कराने का विषय हो, इतनी सारी चीज़ों में, हर चीज़ में हमने देखा कि किस प्रकार से हमारे एलाइड और हेल्थ केयर वर्कर्स ने इतना बड़ा महत्वपूर्ण रोल प्ले किया। इस नाते मैंने कहा कि ये व्यक्तिगत तौर पर मेरे लिए बहुत संतोष का विषय है, और उससे भी ज़्यादा संतोष का विषय ये है कि इसके ऊपर आप सब ने अपनी जो भावना है उसको बहुत सकारात्मक तरीके से व्यक्त किया है। शायद देश के आज लाखों की तादाद में जो एलाइड क्षेत्र के ये हेल्थ केयर वर्कर्स हैं, प्रोफेशनल्स हैं, इनके लिए शायद ये बहुत बड़ा खुशी का दिन होगा। जिस दिन ये बिल राज्यसभा में पास हुआ था, उस दिन बहुत सारे लोगों ने अपनी भावनाएं व्यक्त करके मुझे, हमारे सरकार के लोगों को इसके बारे में सूचित किया, और मैं गहराई से ये अनुभव कर सकता हूँ कि वास्तव में ये अपने आप में, आप सबने भी कहा है कि ये एक लैंडमार्क बिल है। ये एक, जैसा हमने कहा और आप सबने भी एंडोर्स किया, कि इसके कारण एक बहुत बड़ा चेंज जो है हमारे हेल्थ केयर डिलीवरी सिस्टम के अंदर आने वाला है। मैं यद्यपि पैराडाइम शिफ्ट आपने भी कहा, मैंने भी कहा, लेकिन मेरा ये कहना है कि जो क्योंकि बहुत सारे, लगभग सभी लोगों ने पॉजिटिव बातें कही हैं, लेकिन फिर भी मुझे लगता है कि आप सब ने जो कुछ कहा उसको मैं अगर थोड़ा सा एक्नॉलेज भी कर दूं, और कुछ आपने सजेशंस और कंसर्न्स भी व्यक्त किए हैं। सुरेश जी से बात हमारी शुरू हुई थी, तो सबसे पहले तो आई वुड लाइक टू थैंक यू फॉर सपोर्टिंग द बिल and recognizing the value of the allied and healthcare workers, especially in COVID crisis. And you have said very rightly, there are lakhs of such workers, and this bill, you said, will ensure registration of all these professionals. There are around, you had mentioned about that doctor and population ratio. So just for the information of everyone, you see there are around 10.65 lakh allopathic and more than 5 lakh Ayush doctors in the country, which gives us a combined doctor to population ratio of around 1:854. So that this is, I think, for everybody's information and knowledge. So we have this wrong conception in our mind that our doctor population ratio is not what the WHO expects. I think when we combine the total strength of doctors in this country who are qualified, this comes to 1:854. Then we acknowledge the lack of such professionals in adequate numbers, and precisely to overcome this, we have brought the bill which will improve employment opportunities for them by creating uniform standards. You have mentioned about the penalty also, that it is probably not adequate. So we strongly feel that the penalty prescribed seems to be adequate, since the purpose is to streamline and reform the sector and bring in appropriate regulation. Then Suresh Bhamre ji has also given a very detailed description about the bill. I think he has in fact helped me by explaining the various components of the bill in great detail. So I am grateful that you have appreciated that the focus of Modi ji's government on health sector has been tremendous, and you have also highlighted the historic reforms made in medical education in the last 6 years, whereby you have stressed and reminded all of us that the number of PG seats have increased by 79%, UG seats by 48%, and medical colleges by 45%. And the most important reform, as you said, was, however, the abolition of the Medical Council of India and replacing it by a transparent, reformed, accountable and capable regulatory body, that is the National Medical Commission. On those lines only, we are now creating this regulatory structure for more than 50 allied and healthcare professionals, some of which you had also named. As a doctor yourself, Dr. Bhamre, you have brilliantly outlined the real worth of allied professionals such as dietitians, physiotherapists, etc. And you have rightly indicated that this bill will be critical for making our healthcare delivery system multidisciplinary in true sense, with patient as at the center of care. This is in tune with the best health practices globally as well as those acknowledged by experts and expert bodies. And then the standardization will also improve the distribution of such professionals across the country, especially in rural and peripheral areas, as was the concern raised by other members also. Our respected Shri Bharathari Mehtab ji, who right now is chairing the Lok Sabha, sir, you have very rightly recognized that the bill affects a paradigm shift for healthcare becoming patient-centric, and I think that's very, very important recognition of the bill coming from a person like you. Those who work with doctors will get the due recognition in the new system. The actual care of the patient, as mentioned by you, is rightly being done not only by a doctor, but the entire team comprising nursing, allied and healthcare professionals. You have underlined this aspect very rightly, and I'm very happy to learn and to in fact acknowledge and appreciate your consistent concern about which you have drawn the attention once again of this House for trained personnel for dementia and Alzheimer's disease, about which you brought a private member bill also once. So I would like to bring it to your attention that the bill recognizes many such allied healthcare professionals like neuroscience technologists, psychologists, social workers, and palliative care people and all. So this is about the concern that you had raised. Then you have also raised concern about the representation of the states. So besides the representation of 12 members from the state councils, there is a provision for National Advisory Council where there is a representation from each state in the bill. Then you have raised your voice about accreditation of institutions. So I have to say that although it will be a huge task, but we have never shied away from hard work to bring reforms in the interest of health. The state councils will carry out accreditation as per the standards which will be laid down. You have also drawn attention towards employment opportunities likely to be generated. So there are a number of institutions of repute in this, such as AIIMS New Delhi, Shri Chitra, Tirunal, Kerala, Nimhans, etc., which are there. Opportunities are immense at all levels of care, primary, secondary, and tertiary in the whole set of things. And then you have also mentioned about the demand versus supply and also about the skill upgradation issues. So we are aware that supply will not be less than the demand. Professionals are there, but through this bill, their standards and skills will be enhanced, and they will certainly increase the employment opportunities for them. Then you have also mentioned about separate council for physiotherapy. So if you see the schedule of the bill, sir, a separate category of physiotherapy professionals is there. However, the Parliamentary Standing Committee concurred that it may be appropriate to have a common regulatory body for more than 50 allied healthcare professionals. It will neither be feasible nor desirable to have a separate regulatory body for each such profession. Then, dear Dr. Satyavati, Madam, we thank you for the excellent work undertaken during COVID-19 through the Village Volunteer Network, and you have correctly stated that this is the right time to prepare for the future and strengthen the healthcare system. And thank you once again for your support for this important regulatory reform to help us ensure affordable, accessible, and quality healthcare services to all of India's citizens. Then there was a concern raised about the tenure of the commission. So I would like to clarify regarding this, some of the members had raised this issue, that as per clause 4.1 of the bill, the tenure of the chairperson and the vice chairperson shall be 2 years. However, they shall be eligible for re-nomination for a minimum period of 2 terms. That is, they can remain there for 6 years, 2 plus 2 plus 2, if re-nominated. So this is a, you see, this is a new system that we are creating. So straight away, starting with a 4 years tenure, it may be a little. So we had this issue was deliberated quite in detail, and that's why this mechanism has been kept. And then there was also one more criticism, means suggestion about the creation of permanent bodies for various professions. So I would like to clarify here that this has already been provided for in the bill. Like section 10 of the bill provides for such professional councils. This provision is in tune with the recommendation of the Parliamentary Standing Committee. In the earlier bill introduced in 2018, there were no such councils. However, in the bill now before this House, it has been provided that there will be 10 professional councils representing each profession within that category. These councils will bring in the voice of actual professionals in the commission. Each professional council will have a president and members ranging between 4 to 24. And the president and one member of each professional council will also be a member of the National Commission. That's how we take care of this issue. Then Dr. Alok Kumar Sumanji from Bihar, we thank you for your important comments regarding this bill. As you have rightly stated, there is indeed, it is indeed expected to be it is indeed expected that there shall be a large global shortfall in the health workforce by 2030. It is also well acknowledged that in order to fulfill the promise of sustainable development goals, the role at all levels of health workers is equally important. Through this establishment of the National Commission for Allied and Healthcare Professions, it is our earnest endeavor to address all of the above points and complete the unfulfilled block of the puzzle in the health system, with thereof recognition of allied and healthcare professionals. Then Ritesh Pandey, I think he is not here. He had mentioned his apprehension about the state councils and possible corruption. So there are presently no.
Yeah, suggest those members who are present, you can reply to them.
Okay, sir. Okay. So Ritesh Pandey is not here, but he had raised some concerns. I had anyway. Dr. Faisal is there. I think he is also not there. Srimati Anupriya Patel ji, she herself is a former health minister. So you have captured the essence of the bill very nicely, and its key features and the advantages that would accrue from this bill. Please have no doubt about the sanctity and integrity of the proposed commission. Our government has made a paradigm shift from elected regulator to selected regulator, where regulators who are of unquestionable integrity and who are of high status are to be selected by a high-level search and selection committee. That's number one. And the bill also has provisions for holding commission accountable and for abuse of position. The chairperson can even be removed from office. So this is regarding your number one concern that you had mentioned. And then regarding your another concern about the big players taking over. So regarding that concern that big categories may not overpower the others, I would like to highlight that the bill provides for equal treatment to all the professional categories. And these categories are formed by clubbing similar professions together. As you know, 56 professions have been put in 10 categories. Section 10 of the bill provides that the president of each professional council is to be rotated biennially amongst all the professions. It is also provided that before decision pertaining to any profession is taken, that profession's representative will be heard by the National Commission. So that's how we try to address the issue. Then Dr. Preetam Munde. Thank you, Dr. Preetam, for acknowledging the role of technicians and the technologies that have been unrecognized and mainly sidelined until now. This is precisely the injustice that this government has wanted to bridge and has totally succeeded through this bill. You have rightly stated that job creation is an important need of the moment, not simply graduating students from colleges without providing them with the right skills and the right opportunities. In following on the footsteps of the Prime Minister, this bill is our endeavor to honor the selfless service and dedication of our health workers. In this case, the large group of allied and healthcare professionals whose time for limelight has finally arrived. Then Dr. Shrikant Shinde, is he here? No. I think he's not here. Dr. Masoodi, he is also not here. He had mentioned about some AIIMS and all. We have already appointed even, he said there's nothing like a AIIMS in Jammu. We have already appointed even the director of that AIIMS.
Avanti. Avanti.
But everything is in process. It's not that there is nothing around there. Hanuman Beniwal ji, is he here?
He is here.
Sir, thank you. You have always supported and you always keep raising your concerns about rural areas and specific to Jodhpur, AIIMS and all. And you have requested that there should be more penal provisions rather than that 50,000 and all. So we feel that right now we have provided adequate penal provisions, and as I had said earlier, our issue is not to only punish but to use it like a reform and simultaneously take help of the punishment clause also. Further, elaborate institutional structure has been provided that will ensure smooth implementation of the provisions of the bill. Dr. Bashir, thank you for supporting the bill and also highlighting the reforms in the medical education. We are really grateful to you. And finally, our Navneet Rana ji, very vocal and very dynamic member of this house. Thank you for your enthusiastic support for this reform. You are well aware of the 24/7 round-the-clock efforts of the health departments across the country in the last 1 year, in particular of technicians and technologists and therapists, alongside the doctors and nurses in the fight against COVID-19. And I think you yourself suffered from COVID and you have seen their contribution and have first-hand experience of that. This bill is our contribution towards strengthening the health system by ensuring standards of care in a structured, regulated manner for all health professionals if they are involved in patient care. The gap in the system that left off a major group of health workers without recognition is finally being addressed, as Honorable Prime Minister envisions the dream of health care for all through the establishment of a robust health infrastructure for medical education, nursing, dental, pharmacists, and now allied and health care education as well. I am certain that this bill will provide the government will provide the governance and organizational backbone to really take care of the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister. So, sir, this is broadly some of the comments that I thought I'll make about the inputs from our honorable members. It's a great satisfying day for me, and I have no words in my vocabularies to actually express my gratitude to all of you. And more than me, I think millions of healthcare workers and allied professionals in this country must be feeling the same sort of feelings for all of the members and for the members of the Lok Sabha. And finally, I would like to thank Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, because we work under his guidance and we try to implement his vision, and we have seen that over the at least last 6-7 years, he has huge passion for health sector, and he has been supporting the health sector. He has given inspiration to bring about the latest and the best possible reforms in all sectors of health, including medical education, etc. And the recent budget also you have seen. And there are many more things that are supposed to be coming in the next 5 years with, about the Atmanirbhar Swasth Bharat and all. So there is a very robust plan for ensuring that we are future ready also for any unfortunate pandemic situations like this that may ultimately arrive any time in the future. So once again, thanks all of you, and I think we are all waiting for that historic moment in India's history which started from 1948, and that time I would like to note when you will pass that bill in this house. So that will be history for India and for the healthcare professionals. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The question is,